So just a reminder, I'm still in the process of moving. I don't have my usual setup, so bear with me with the lower quality audio and the lack of face cam. But the news doesn't stop, so let's dive into Anthem. Oh, Anthem. Most of you will probably know by now that the entire roadmap has been delayed for the game after a disastrous launch in which it's just been one step forward, two steps back. As a result of the roadmap delay, a wide array of content has been pushed back, including the Mastery System, Guilds, Legendary Missions Phase 2, weekly Stronghold challenges, leaderboards, and various free play events. Now, the big one is the Cataclysm, which is essentially Anthem's next big expansion, the thing that's supposed to take Anthem to the next phase with a host of new content. That was supposed to come out in May, but now we don't know when that's releasing, and BioWare doesn't seem to know either. In fact, BioWare just doesn't have estimates for anything, for any of the delayed content, and it just feels like the game is in a state of limbo in which nobody knows what the road ahead looks like. The whole roadmap has essentially crumbled, and there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Now, in a situation like this, you would think that BioWare would be more active with the community than ever. Granted, BioWare did say in the roadmap delay announcement that they'd be talking about new content when that stuff is closer to release day. That way they don't promise stuff that they might not be able to deliver on. They have said there's going to be less communication until things are ready. They are sort of working behind the scenes and ensuring that everything is set, that everything is in place before they pull the trigger and start talking about that stuff. So that aspect is understandable, but what people didn't expect was that BioWare would go completely incognito. Many Reddit users have noticed that it's been over a month since Anthem's official Twitter has last tweeted. As you can see right here, the last tweet was posted on April 23rd, and the last activity was a retweet on April 30th. And right now it is May 25th. As of the publishing of this video, it's been over a month and it's been absolute silence. I think BioWare staff might have occasionally tweeted some quips here and there, but nothing too substantial on that front. As for community managers who were once very active on Reddit, they too have gone completely silent. They haven't been answering some basic questions. They have not been interacting with the community at all in any way, shape, or form. This is completely opposite to how things were during the launch period. During that time, the community managers would answer just about any question on a daily basis, and they would be constantly active on Reddit. Now there isn't so much as a peep from them, and the hardcore members of the community are understandably growing frustrated. And in turn, it's led what little remains of the Anthem community to express their frustrations on Reddit. So one Reddit user here shared a screenshot of the Anthem official Twitter page's last tweet, which happened over a month ago, and the headline of this post reads, "Happy anniversary, 1 month since last official tweet." And this one post has garnered thousands of votes in a matter of hours with a 95% approval rate. When posts like these are starting to take over the front page instead of stuff that's constructive, you know there's definitely trouble brewing. You know that the community is starting to lose hope. Here's another post that expressed similar sentiments. This one titled, "It has now been 4 weeks since the official Anthem Twitter has tweeted anything." And then the post below that reads, "With the exception of 2 maintenance-based retweets, there's been nothing. No fan content, no cool clips, no updates, nothing." And same deal here, tons of upvotes in a matter of hours, and the approval rate for this stuff is pretty high, which means that the majority of the Anthem community agree with these sentiments. Adding insult to injury is that Anthem is still facing many of the old issues, so we're seeing posts like these in which a user logs in for the first time in a while and they're still getting connection errors. Stuff that you'd think would be fixed now that it's been a few months since the launch date. Beyond that, other posts have noted how it would seem as though there's a second roadmap delay. They're saying this because in the initial roadmap delay, Anthem's website was updated to more accurately portray the current state of the game and the roadmap. And interestingly, if you go there to the website right now, it says that the Cataclysm can still be expected in May 2019, and so people took this to mean that despite the roadmap delay, the Cataclysm will still be out before May ends, but obviously, May is almost over. The Anthem Twitter hasn't posted anything. The writing's on the wall. There's no way the Cataclysm will actually be out before May comes to an end. So this listing is just extremely confusing. People don't know if BioWare thought they could actually get it out before May, or if they just forgot to change the text there to more accurately represent the status of that content release. I mean, just replacing the text here to say that the Cataclysm is coming soon rather than keep it as May 2019 would have done the trick. So users on Reddit have gone out of their way to express their confusion, like this one user who posted a screenshot of the inaccurate roadmap listing and stated the following: May 2019 Cataclysm? On EA website Anthem Acts, it still says the same thing it did a month ago. BioWare too confused or too lazy to update their own website? Thoughts? Either way, regardless of whether BioWare just got lazy or they forgot or they were confused, the fact remains that unless the Cataclysm comes out before the end of May by some miracle, this roadmap right here shown on the official website will be yet another misleading aspect of the game's marketing. And when they can't even get basic things like keeping the roadmap properly updated, right when they can't stay on top of something that basic, that just tells me that they've stopped giving a fuck. It just tells me they've stopped caring outright. I mean, it's just updating a website, and even that is something they're struggling with. Combine that with the general lack of communication, the month-long silence, and yeah, if the game didn't look dead before, it sure as hell does now. The Anthem community can sense this, and as a result, they've started to get pretty snarky on Reddit. One user joked, quote, BioWare, I solved your riddle. The Cataclysm is not an in-game event. It's the reaction of the Anthem community, which technically it's happening in May. What's my prize? And then we have this other user who pointed out a post by Anthem lead producer Ben Irving from 10 months ago, in which he joked about the notion of staying silent after launch. The suggestion there with the sarcasm being that BioWare wouldn't do this, that they will stay communicative after Anthem's launch regardless of what happens. What was once a joke has now aged very poorly indeed. As it turns out, this sarcastic quip became the reality. And then you've got posts like these featuring fans sarcastically congratulating BioWare for ripping off customers, essentially, which is fairly accurate given that a lot of the marketing material for Anthem were completely fake or highly misleading. So yeah, stuff like this is what's taking over the Anthem subreddit's front page. The community is in disarray, and a live service cannot thrive without the community. The community is the lifeblood of any long-term game. I've said this before, but it feels like the only chance that Anthem has at this point is for BioWare to reboot the entire game and sort of do a relaunch and make it feel like a new game. They've got to pull a Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, essentially. One can only hope that all this silence on BioWare's part has more to do with how much work is actually getting done behind the scenes to rectify the mess that is Anthem. It's worth noting that Anthem has been confirmed for E3 2019 as part of EA's presence at the event, so maybe there will be new stuff that they'll announce there. Maybe they're gearing up for E3 and to hopefully blow people away with how much they've gotten done within these past few months. Then again, keep in mind that EA isn't doing a traditional press conference. They're just doing more of like day-long streams a la Nintendo Treehouse. So EA's presence this year seems more low-key. It doesn't seem like they have as much to announce this year. So given EA's more low-profile presence at this year's event, I have to wonder if there are any major Anthem announcements in store. I personally am not too hopeful. I don't get the sense that BioWare can get too much done in a month or two worth of time. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but the point I want to make in this video is that if BioWare is really gearing up for major updates and content updates, if they're being quiet because this is sort of the calm before the storm, because they want to make sure they get everything right before they make any announcements, that's fine, but at the very least, posting something every week assuring fans that progress is being made Just that by itself would go a long way. Any sign of life is better than nothing. Right now, they're giving off the sense that they're slowly decaying and going away and disappearing into the nether. Given the state of the game right now, given how dead it seems already, not communicating for over a month through official channels, community managers going completely silent and not interacting with the community in any way, shape, or form, that's just completely unacceptable. This all exudes the sense that not even BioWare believes in their own game. I feel like no game company who's actually confident about their game's future would act this way. I'm telling you, even Fallout 76, whose launch was a disaster, seemed to have more life during its launch period than Anthem has now, which says a hell of a lot. Who knows what the future holds, though? Maybe BioWare will surprise us with some kind of overhaul that could resuscitate what is currently very much a dying game. But I'm certainly not going to hold my breath given BioWare's history, given what we know about Anthem's development and what's happened to that game since launch. I'd love to be proven wrong, though, if they surprise us with a miraculous turnaround at E3 or whatever. That would be fantastic. But again, nothing short of an endeavor akin to A Realm Reborn can redeem this project at this point. That's what I feel. So there you have it, folks, the latest update on Anthem's current status. I'd love to hear what your take is on this whole situation in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update and discussion video. Thank you for tuning in. To be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.